Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the internet. Welcome to my channel. It's me, Odio, and I'm here today to review The Wolf King Season 2 for you. I've already done a full review of Season 1, and I've also read all of the Werewolf novels, so I'm pretty knowledgeable on this one here. Season 2 of the Wolf King follows The Rage of Lions, a second book by Curtis Jobling, which means we're never getting into Shadow of the Hawk and all the other ones, which is too bad, but they do a pretty good job with this one. If you haven't read the book, you don't need to. Watching the show gives you all the information you need. Let's get into it here. So at the end of season one, we've got, the King Leopold is driven back into like his one and only remaining stronghold. Drew has kind of been now the king. His father is gone. His brother is left to go across the ocean to betray him. And Drew is trying to rebuild there, maybe marry Whitley or someone like that, or Gretchen, or who knows where he's going to go. But he's got all new problems this season. And this season, if you don't know, if you haven't read the books, this one's a lot darker. There's a lot more death, a lot more sacrifices and things like that happen here. There's honestly a lot going on in this book. So for Drew himself, he's still really young. He's kind of claimed the moniker of king, but doesn't really know how to be a king. Whitley keeps telling him that too. You got to be a king, right? She's the Bear Lord's daughter, and the Bear Lord and the Stag Lord, they're still there. They're kind of still running things at the main kingdom in Highmore. But the Cat Lords haven't really lost. Even though King Leopold's army is like defeated, he's in that tower. He still acts like the king. And even when they're trying to do negotiations and things, he's like, you guys come to me. I'm not coming out. It was wild. All the performances are great. Drew's mother is in this one a lot more, and she's been under dark magic for 16 years. So it's really cool. Here, put on things. She knows all about King Leopold and Prince Lucas. Lucas really comes into his own as an evil villain in this one. Kind of reminds me of Joffrey from Game of Thrones. I mean, maybe not that level of good, but you know what I mean? He's cringy. Every time he's on the screen, you're like, oh God, what's this guy going to do? Something horrible to Gretchen. He's going to beat someone up. He like murders one of my favorite characters in this season, which I knew was coming, but still, I was like, no, not you. It's great. Lucas becomes very evil by the end of it. He thinks he's the real leader. He's going to have to topple everything and take over all of Lycia for himself. And he's like reckless and young, and they do a great job with him here. He comes off that way the whole season. What's really cool too, in the later half of the season, we get to meet some of the horse lords, and that's where like Drew's dad, the Weregar, he used to race and everything there, and Drew gets the race there. And there's always some sort of subterfuge. Like most of the time, if Drew the Wolf is going to fail, it's through betrayal or something like that. But the animation is really good in this one, just like the first season. If you like that animation style, they're bringing the exact same one back. I loved it. The violence looks good. It's not too bloody, but it is scary. It's not for little kids, especially depending on which character they're following. But yeah, one of the most interesting journeys this season is for Hector, the Boar Lord. He's the Lord of Redmire now that his dad died in the first season, and his brother Vincent is really jealous. And him and his kind of crony lackey are always, roaming around Hector. And Hector has a black spot on his hand from when he tried to like resurrect the undead before. So he's like, I don't know, not becoming evil. Hector learns to dabble in the undead through that black spot, though, and him and the were-rat Van Morton have an awesome showdown at the end of this one. About halfway through, we get like a big tragedy in Hector's life where, he kind of loses his brother. Spoiler alert, but I mean, it's kind of obvious, but like he loses him, and it's a big part in the book, and it's a huge part in the show. They do a good job showing you what happened. And once Hector starts to learn about what his powers are, how he can communicate with the undead, how he can control them, oh, it's really good. I wish they were going to keep going with this because Hector becomes way more powerful and like darker, more interesting as the story goes on. But yeah, alas, we're only going to get what we get. But by the end of this season, Hector's getting much more control of his power. He's starting to realize how powerful he actually is because of that spot on his hand and stuff. It's really good. I love his character development. I really like where his character ends up. Obviously, this book doesn't end super favorable to the good guys, right? I think they keep going, but like it does. I don't know why they're stopping, but Hector's role is really flushed out here. He does a great job. You believe his character. You know why he's going down the way he's going. Kind of the same thing with Whitley and Gretchen. They get a lot of character growth. They're trying to work with Drew. Gretchen's always kept her. She's like the princess from Mario. She's always in another castle, or someone else has kept her. She always needs to be rescued. Whitley and her brother Brogan, they're very warrior class type people, so they take things all in stride. Her brother, oh, it's a tragic story with her brother this season. I won't spoil that, but ugh, it doesn't go well. And Whitley really actually loves Drew, I think, and Drew does love her, but he kind of thinks he should marry Gretchen. It's like a weird sort of love triangle. And we also get Baron Ewan. They go to help him. I really hated that guy in the book. He's like this old guy who can like hypnotize people and stuff like that. They bring him in this, and he does the same thing. And I don't really want them to change the source material, but damn it, when I saw that guy, I was like, oh shit, this guy's coming in. I know what he's gonna do, and it sucks. But some of the big story beats get finished. Like we know at the end of season 1, Trent goes off to get the Cat Lords. The Cat Lords, of course, come back to do an invasion. I wish we were going to get to see all the Cat Lords too, like the Black Panthers, the Tigers, the Cheetahs. There's a whole bunch of them in the books, right? But Orsino comes over. I think he's the Black Panther one, and he brings back all the Cat Lords to attack Lycia. It's great. Well, I mean, not so great for the people of Lycia, but for me, the viewer, they get to see some action, some fights, soldiers going at it and stuff. It was pretty cool, and I like seeing the Cat Lords come in with all their weapons and cannons and stuff shooting off, and then you see the Bear and the Stag Lord and Vega the Shark trying to clear things up because they're really the ones ruling everything. But it's awesome. It's a lot of fun seeing them all come in, and you see Lucas, like I said, he goes really crazy this season. By the end, he tries to take over everything on his own. It's awesome because his dad Leopold is an idiot. He's always getting drunk. He allowed the wolf to come back, and he lost Lycia and stuff. And the Cat Lords are like, this is a rescue mission. Like, you suck over here, buddy. We get awesome development with Trent, though. He comes back, he meets up with Drew. They have like a big cathartic fight and stuff like that. Because remember, even though Drew's dad figured it out before the end in the last movie or last season, his brother wasn't there. He was already gone. So he still thinks he killed his mom. He's evil. He becomes a monster when he becomes the wolf. It's cool. It was a great season. I loved his parts. He was interesting to see. They do him really well in the show, too. Not to get too spoilery here, but the conclusion of the book, like I said, is not the most favorable for Drew and the good guys. And in the final fight in this, I gotta say, I don't want to complain too much, but they definitely toned down what Drew has to do to escape. We all know, I mean, if you've seen the covers of the other books, so you've read, because I mean, 4 of the 6 books, this dude only has one hand. So there's a tragic event that happens at the end. And the way they do it in the book was a lot more frightening than what they do in the show. And I get it. They probably got to tone it down to get it on Netflix, but I would love to see him like have to rip off his own hand to get out of the thing and like then go after Van Morton like crazy. But they do it a different way here. It's pretty cool. It's interesting. It's a slightly different take, but it works. But I still I would have liked to see that like crazy moment because in the book it shocked me. I was like, oh my god! I was like pushing the book away from my face, like what? What? What's going on here? Just like the books, The Wolf King is exciting. It has great adventure, action. There's all kinds of betrayals, interesting side stories, side quests, and a whole lot of characters that even when you switch to their story from the main story, you still want to see what's going to happen. It's good writing and it's a whole lot of fun. I really wish personally they'd keep going forward with the story. The first 2 books are great. There's a total of 6, but I think there's a better spot to end it further on. If you know, you know. But overall, I love this season. It's a great show. I had a lot of fun watching it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 on the odometer. Great action, great adventure, interesting story, great voice acting, and decent animation too. There's not a whole lot to complain about here. And if you're a fan of the Werewolf novels, these adaptations, whoever's doing it, they're really big fans as well. You can tell they like the source material. They're keeping everything close to the chest, just like it was in the book, and it creates an awesome experience to watch on Netflix. One of my favorite things to watch this year has been The Wolf King. It's been a great time. It's only 8 episodes long, and I guess they're not coming back anymore, so that's the whole kit and caboodle. But I've done both seasons, and I've read all the books, and if they come back with more, I'll be back. We're going to be here. But thanks so much for watching this far, guys. I really appreciate that. Please like, share, subscribe to the video, and remember, everybody, stay out of trouble.